So at any rate, you got the orange handout, right?
Yes.
I had these ready for a presentation that I did about 10 days, 2 weeks ago for a group of visiting Russian businessmen who spoke no English, and I did the whole presentation through an interpreter. I thought I had these guys' interest in all that. I finished my part. The next person up was Master Chi, a 9th degree black belt who had studied for 4 years with the Dalai Lama. He stopped a clock with his mind. He did all this unbelievable stuff. I'm sure those guys went out of there not necessarily remembering a word I said, but that's okay. Fortunately, I didn't have to follow him. That would have been worse. All right, so everybody's website is in a state of flux. Everybody's website is a work in progress, right? None of this stuff is laid out in stone. So whether you're thinking about down the road updating your website, revising it, doing something different, creating a website, some of the elements you want to do. An easy mistake to make is to name your homepage Home, okay? Because that says absolutely nothing about you or your business. And that's one of the first things Google looks at to see, what is this? What is this web page we're looking at? What is this thing? If it says Home, that provides them with absolutely nothing. So your homepage should have a title like what you do, and if you're geo-specific, where you do it. If you're not selling to the entire planet, then, like if you're a steakhouse in Midtown, then it would be Steakhouse Midtown. You get 70 characters to mess with. It's half a tweet, okay? That's how I remember it. And, you want to make that clear, because believe it or not, Google actually is not working against you. They're not waiting for you to buy a whole bunch of AdWords before they produce your website in search results, right? They want you to come up in search results when people are looking for your product or service. That's a desirable outcome for them. So the thing to do is to make it very, very clear to Google just who you are and what you do, okay? All right, so that should be up at the top someplace. If it's a new website and you have your choice of what your web address is going to be, use that same approach, what you do and where you do it, all right? So if you're a dentist in Englewood, EnglewoodDentist.com is a great URL. If that's already taken, there's TheEnglewoodDentist.com. If that's already taken, there's EnglewoodNJDentist.com. So there's variations on that. Even if the first thing you think of is already took, you can play with it a little bit and find a URL that it's an exact match. Some of you might have heard that Google has a penalty if you try to do an exact match. The penalty is only if there's no content. See, if you're trying to fool Google into thinking that you're an Englewood dentist and your page is just some cookie-cutter page that's full of recycled junk that appears everywhere else on the internet, that's not going to fool them. That will get you penalized. But if you really are an Englewood dentist and you're EnglewoodDentist.com, that's a good thing, okay? All right, next, headlines. The Googlebot can tell the difference between a headline and regular text. It can tell the difference between a subheadline and regular text, and it knows that something that's a headline is more important than the rest of the text. Okay, it's important to realize that the Googlebot is not just reading everything and like photocopying it, it's evaluating this stuff. When Google indexes a website, they take into consideration what you say is important while they're figuring out what searches you should come up on, okay? So your headline is key. Again, with this Englewood dentist, the headline on his page could be top dentist in Englewood, family dentistry in Englewood, cosmetic dentistry in Englewood, all-purpose dentistry in Englewood, something along those lines. Again, keeping with that, what you do and where you do it, right? Now the subheads, it's an H2 on this sheet, okay? That's a subheadline, all right. That would be all the different things that you do. If you do dental implants, if you do root canals, if you do braces, those would be your subheads, and each of those should be a link that goes to a specific page about that product or service. Okay, we good so far? So this is hierarchically listing who you are, what you do, and the different subheadlines of what you do, the different flavors of what you do, as it were, right? And this is not just about dentistry, this would apply to any occupation. All right, so now we're at the important stuff. Top right portion of your page, or someplace else, if there's a more aesthetic place to put this, you need a compelling call to action. So what's a call to action? Well, for people that are looking for you, what you do is compelling. you know? I actually heard a comment that, well, what's compelling? I'm a CPA, you know, what's compelling? Being a CPA is compelling if people are searching for CPA services, right? So a profit and loss statement, all this stuff is important. So a compelling call to action is where you offer to exchange your expertise in order to get an email address. So, all right, using the CPA example, if you could offer a document that tells you how to keep more of your money and give less to the IRS and stay out of jail. All right, so you're offering that in exchange for email addresses. One of the main things you want to do on your website is to collect identities. The reason you want to collect identities is unless you're selling a commodity, and in which case it's all about price, unless you're doing a lot of return business, repeat business, people are not going to just buy from you having stumbled across your site. They're not going to look at your site and go, oh, yeah, I should invest our life savings with this guy. It's just not going to happen. You want to get their identities. You want to give them some of your expertise. You're giving them familiarity with you. You're helping them, okay? Helps you to sleep good at night, you know, you're helping people, you're being a nice guy, they think well of you. When it actually comes time to spend a few bucks, they're like, yeah, that guy with the PDF about how to keep more of my money and stay out of jail, this is great, yeah, let me talk to him. See, so you want to do that. It's a value transaction. You're giving them something, they're giving you an email address, okay? And how to find out what's compelling, there's different things you can do, which we should probably talk about for one-on-one. It gets slightly technical. You can do A/B testing, so you can try one version, then another version, see which one is more popular. All right, but the point is that you want to collect email addresses by giving people your expertise. All right, now that we're down in the middle here, okay, we get to video and images. This is key. People will click away from your website unless there's some really good reason to stay there, and they have to be able to spot it in 5 seconds. Okay, some people say 3, but popular wisdom is 5 seconds, okay? So how do you hook somebody in 5 seconds? All right, one thing you don't want to do is have a video that automatically rolls as soon as somebody comes to your page. That's uniformly found to be annoying. Don't do it. What you do want to do is have a video available so that if somebody decides to, they can click on it and they can look at a short video. Not the video of this presentation. This isn't going to appear on my own page tomorrow, okay? I have a very nice 30-second video by this Romanian girl. That's going to appear, not this. Okay, so a video that says what you do is awesome. A customer testimonial is good. It's all good, all right? So where do you get this video? Do you do it yourself? Well, that's a decision, you know? One way you could do it is you could see David Title, okay? He'd be happy to help you with that. You can do a nice pro shoot. If you want to have David interview you for, an hour, you could cut that up into 90-second, 2-minute short videos and dole it out over the course of a year. So the price of that one session would actually be divided by, I don't know, 20 maybe, 15, you know, however many of these short videos you get. Excuse me. Okay. Now this is not intended to be like a web design thing. You want a beautiful web design, something that communicates your brand. You want to see Brian. Okay, Brian is going to put that together in such an aesthetically pleasing way and put your brand across, right? Brian totally understands the marketing importance of people recognizing what it is you do instantly by looking at an image. He'll get you a good logo. He'll get you an app for your smartphone, you know, or for your customers' smartphones actually, so that, you know, your website kind of is the linchpin for your marketing campaigns, all right? So Brian can do that for you. Another guy that can help you out is Michael Meyer with a photo that says what it is you do. Remember, you got 5 seconds. So the last thing on earth you want to do is present a full page of text. What you want to do is present an image or a short video that says what it is you do. You don't want to get too arty about it, right? You don't want to be the guy, he's wearing sunglasses, his Hawaiian shirt is open to the waist. He's walking down the beach, the sun is rising on his right, the moon is setting on his left. Underneath him it says, eternity. Okay, that might work for cologne, but not really. I mean, I don't understand this stuff, but I guess people so cologne do. But the point is, you want an image that says what it is you do, you know? And an expert like Michael could help you with that, okay? Or David could help you shoot a video like that, right? If you want Calvin Klein fragrances, that's another whole issue. We don't have anybody doing that either. All right. There's more to this, and fortunately, there's a link at the bottom of the page, and I emailed everybody that link also, so you can go check it out if you're interested. Again, this is not the full design. These are just some elements to consider. These aren't even necessarily in the right sequence, except everything from video on up, you want to have above the fold. That stuff you want to appear when someone first hits your page. They want that to be visible. You know, this is in order to hook somebody, right? Okay, so let's do a one-on-one. Let's take a look at your website, see what we can do to get you some more traffic, all right? There's other BNI guys that you can work with to assist on this. It's fine if it's a collaborative project, you know? More input on this and more allowing experts to be experts in their own particular areas and choosing that expertise. It's kind of like, you know, you've got your cabinet, you know, working with you on putting your public face out there, okay? So that's the approach I highly recommend. I like to work with other people. I like to work with smart people, you know, so that's a fun way to approach this. All right, thank you very much. Tom Jacoby.